Welcome to Hermes Agent in about 3 minutes. Hermes Agent is an AI that lives on a computer of its own and keeps working after you walk away. You talk to it by message, like a colleague who never logs off. It remembers everything the two of you have done together, and it gets better at your work the longer you use it. Where ChatGPT forgets you the second you close the tab, Hermes is built to stick around. Hermes Agent is made by Nous Research, and it's free and open source. You bring your own AI model, so the running cost is just whatever that model charges. It's not a 5-minute setup, more like an evening, but once it's up, it runs on almost anything. A $5 server, an old laptop in the corner, or, if you're brave, your main computer. Because Hermes lives on a computer that never sleeps, you can hand it standing jobs. Tell it, in plain language, every morning at 9, check the AI news and send me a summary on Telegram. It sets that up on its own, and after that the summary just shows up. You don't set a reminder and you don't sit there waiting. It grinds through the slow, repetitive stuff in the background and pings you when something actually needs you. It also actually remembers you, and it keeps that part simple. It holds a couple of plain text files, one about you and one about your projects, and it reads them back every time you start talking. Older details it can dig out by searching through past conversations. There's no black box. Those are real files, on your machine, and you can open and edit them yourself. So instead of explaining who you are every single time, you carry on where you left off. This next part is why people end up staying. When Hermes finishes something hard, it writes itself a note on exactly how it did it, saved as an ordinary file. Next time a similar job shows up, it reads its own note instead of working the whole thing out again. It even keeps those notes tidy, grading them and throwing out the ones that aren't earning their place. So the Hermes you have in a month is genuinely quicker than the one you started with, because it learned from the work you already did together. Most tools feel the same on day 1 and day 90. This one gets better while you're not looking. When a job is too big for one go, Hermes can hand pieces of it to a few helper agents that work side by side, each in its own little workspace, and then it pulls their answers back together. That's how it takes on things like reading 5 competitors and writing up the comparison, or going off and doing real research without losing the thread. If you've tried OpenClaw and it kept breaking on you, here's the short version. Hermes tends to just stay running, even with smaller models on your own machine. About 30% of OpenClaw's users have already crossed over to it, and the reason they give most often is memory. Hermes even ships a single command to bring your old OpenClaw setup with you. It's not all upside. It's always thinking, so it does burn through model usage, and that first evening of setup is real work. If Hermes Agent sounds like more than you want to run, here are 2 others worth 3 minutes of your time. The first one is OpenClaw. It's the easiest one to get going, with a huge library of ready-made skills you can just grab, so you're up and running the same day. The second one is Pi. It's the minimalist one, the small core that almost everyone else, Hermes included, borrows ideas from. That's Hermes Agent, an AI that runs on its own machine, keeps working while you sleep, and gets a little sharper every week. If you've ever wanted an assistant that actually grows into your work instead of forgetting you by morning, give it a try.